Guys, Nate from Man Cave. Here it is. Fully modular machine. It may not look like it, but I promise you it is. So without further ado, this is what we're gonna do here. So a lot of standard machines are either 8-button for the newer Street Fighter, the newer Mortal Kombat, I think the newer Tekken, stuff like that. However, and then some of them are 6-button. But when you're playing a specific game, which I'm gonna show you guys, like Mortal Kombat, I'm gonna get in here right now and show you. I am used to playing it on this way, but sometimes I get really confused with the button layout. And I'm just gonna show you really quickly here. I'm gonna do this on the fly. So here, for example, I'm using Johnny Cage. There, I don't even know what. So it's kind of hard to figure out what button is what. I mean, you can edit your own button configuration. You can have high punch, low punch, blocks are in the middle, high kick, low kick, stuff like that. But right now, everything is kind of, hold on, I forgot how it, okay, that's high punch, that's, okay, so then that was, this is block. Okay, that's, so the way I've done it, I think these are my punches, this is my block. Let's see this again. Yeah, okay. So it's not too difficult to, I've done it this way, this should be block. Okay, hold on, so this should be my shadow kick. Okay, anyway, so as you can see, it's a little hard to, and I don't want to say a little hard, like once you get used to it, it's okay, but I love playing Mortal Kombat 1, and it's never felt like I'm playing the authentic Mortal Kombat. It's not just for Mortal Kombat, it could be many other games. So without further ado, I'm just going to show you guys something really quickly. This is how it becomes modular. Are you guys ready for the magic? Here we go. So as you can see here, this little outline, and those are plates. What it is, here's your plate. Once again, this artwork is not for sale. I'll figure that out later on. This is for my own use. I'll probably have my own licensed artwork and with the text so everything makes sense. So as you see, high punch, low punch, run for Mortal Kombat 3, I believe. I think 4 had it, I'm not too sure. But I'm more of a Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 guy. So the way it works is this. This is a little bit snug, but you pop out the plate. Look how easy that is. You pop it out. There you go. Now look, you have slots. Originally, I was gonna leave the slots like this, but the problem with that is, I was afraid that people would hurt their hands down the road when they're mashing buttons. Their fingers might get stuck in the unfinished wood or whatever it is. So what I did was, I made a little kind of piano hinge. There's little magnets here. There you go. So you can open up your machine, kind of move the buttons accordingly. Right now I have them loose, so I can kind of move it myself, but I guess the best way to do this, which is not a big deal, you move it to your desired location and then you lock it, right? But I'll show you that right now. So the way this works, here you go. LED buttons is a nightmare. I gotta figure that out down the road because I had to expand each button to accommodate the sliding, but whatever. So the way this works, I'm gonna look at this plate. I also have 2 notch cutouts, so if you need to hide buttons, it'll fit in there. As I said, it's about 90% complete. So without me talking so much, so that is that. I'm just gonna kind of generally put it in its location. I have 1 block, something like that, all right? We're gonna do something like that-ish, something like that, I think. Let's just block this. Okay, let's try this out. Am I somewhat right? I think I'm wrong. Just gonna move it somewhere here. Yeah, there we go. Boom, snaps right in. How sick is that? Now let's play this again. Going over Johnny Cage. Now I know what these buttons do. Obviously run doesn't work for Mortal Kombat 1, but it's there. So now my buttons are nicely spread out. They're not so, I feel like they're crammed here. Now I know where everything is, right? It's just so easy. I'm gonna block, uppercut. Like, I even said it before I even, I even said it before I was gonna do it. So it's just so wicked playing it like this. I can't even explain to you guys how it feels playing it the way it's meant to be played. It feels like I'm playing the real thing. Let me try to do something I can never do in the game. Now, oh, I can't do the, oh, I'm almost too early on that. Anyways. There you go. Let's see if I can knock off 2 heads here. Ah, it's hit and miss. Anyway, so that's that. Look how cool that is. So what I would do for you guys, once you have it in their desired location, then you would just tighten the bolts from below. You don't have to, the buttons don't slide because of the plate, but it's so cool. Now let's get out of here for a second, okay? It's not just for Mortal Kombat. what we're gonna do is we're gonna look into another game that I liked. It's actually my first arcade machine I ever bought, and it died on me, NBA Jam. So this is something I would look into, maybe doing it kind of generic, the silhouettes, so it's not really licensed, it's all kind of free images, so something to think about. Another option is I would, see this plate here looks like Mortal Kombat, I would match the arcade artwork as it is, if that makes sense. So you're just overlaying it so it looks seamlessly instead of doing it this way. But anyways, let's get out of here. I said these plates are a little bit tight. I am going to do a little bit of a notch so it can kind of, you can lift it up better. This one's a little bit more crazy. So once again, if you're playing it on a 6-button, 8-button layout, I normally did it like this: shoot, turbo, and these two would be my pass. You know what I mean? But once again, my fingers are kind of cramped. That's just me, you know, not for everyone else. But this way, you're playing it the way it's meant to be played. So here we go. We're just gonna move it like this, something like that. This is a perfect example using both notches. Let's see what I can do here. As I said, it's about 90% done. I gotta figure out a way how to make them inset a little bit more. That's an easy fix. But I just wanna show you guys this. For whatever reason, oh, let me just move this around a little. There we go, there we go. Okay, that's all in nicely. So now I'm just gonna, there we go. There we go. In, beautiful. So now, let's play NBA Jam. Here we go.
Loading game. Loading complete.
It's kind of cool with the LED buttons. You can kind of see the light coming through. Obviously, without LED buttons, that wouldn't be there. These buttons are a little bit more concave, convex. I always get that wrong. Let me know. I always get that wrong. Concave, cave. Yes, convex is inwards, I think. Anyways, let me know if I'm right or wrong. So here you go. Here's NBA Jam. Let's just no. Barkley, why not? So here you go. So here's a perfect example. We have turbo, shoot, pass. So I know where everything is. It's simple to do now. Let me just show you guys this. So here you guys go. So I already know now, and I can look down, I can read the text. So here's, I'm gonna try to hit the guy. Right now I can go for the rebound if there is. There is a rebound, like it's so sick. Now I'm gonna attempt to pass back, and I'm gonna shoot a 3. Does it go in? Just is awesome. Like I know what I'm doing, where when I'm playing on a 6 or 8 button, I can still do all this, but I get a little bit confused sometimes. So you can do so many cool things. Like I have one for like turtles. You can do one, let me get out of here, just to show you how that works, right? And then you can just pop it back, take this out, boom, and you can slide it to your, whatever you like to do. I even have a Mortal Kombat 2 one. So I was thinking on player 2, this would go there just to kind of indicate 2-player Mortal Kombat 2 or whatever. And there you guys go. So I'm gonna list this. I'm gonna do a couple of quick tweaks to make this a little bit seamless. I'm not a big fan of how this is. I gotta figure out how to set this in a little bit more smoother. Whether I have to give more slack to the wires, I gotta figure that out. That's one thing I think the LED buttons caused a lot of issues. As you could see, I had to run so many extensions. I wasn't a big fan of that, but I did them. So I gotta maybe do some custom longer LED wires if I go this route. Obviously non-LED buttons is so much easier to do, so I'm gonna figure that out. I will have this on Kickstarter once I have the full version done. I am working on it right now for the office, but just think about how many things you can do here. There's a game called Stargate. It's crazy. Stargate's nuts. Like you have your bombs, you have your Invisio or something like that, you have your shoot, you have, it's just crazy. It basically takes 2 panels to do it. So you could do some really custom things without taking the joystick panels off. You just slide them, inset them. I might 3D print some things to make it slide a little bit better. I'm gonna figure all that out, but this is what it is. It's so awesome. As I mentioned, I may have it listed on Kickstarter. I have big plans for this. So you guys let me know what you guys' thoughts are. It is also patent pending. I probably put that in the beginning, but it is patent pending, so I've applied for that. So it's awesome there. I hope everything goes through from there. And yeah, man, here we go. Finally, you can play the games the way it was meant to be played. once again, I cannot tell you what it feels. I can't explain to you what it feels like to play the game in its correct button layout. It just feels so realistic. It makes you play better. Like as you saw, I wasn't active when I'm playing Mortal Kombat. I'm really good at Mortal Kombat 1, but I do get confused sometimes. I may press the wrong block button. As I mentioned, like it just gets a little confusing, whereas my hands are just nicely spread out to the way it's meant to be played. You know what I mean? It's just nicely spread out, plays the way it's supposed to be played. My hands go perfectly. Anyways, guys, Nate from Man Cave, I'm gonna stop it here. Please let me know your thoughts. If you're interested, send me an email, and we'll go from there, guys. Take care. Bye for now.